You are now tuned in to Go Time Dolphins with Charlie Touche and Kadeem Simmons, the Miami Dolphins podcast that's for the fans and by the fans.
Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's show time. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Don't waste no time.
Hey yo, it's go. I'm not gonna do the intro. It's not my time to do the intro. But we are earlier than our planned live time by about half an hour. But if you're with us regardless, we thank you. Make sure you share. It's to be like, hey, these guys are live. Check them out. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you comment on the video. Good evening, Rob. How are you? Before we get to Rob, Charlie Touche, how are you?
Woo! It's Go Time Dolphins, the Miami Dolphins podcast that goes not only across the pond, but across the world. I'm your boy, Charlie Touche. I got my co-host, Kadeem Simmons, with me. It's always for the fans and by the fans. Your favorite podcast. I'm coolin', bro. Shout out to 40 Acres and a Hellcat, friend of the podcast, Miles Gaskin. The past, I want to say 3 weeks, we actually been, cooling, chopping it up in the phone more so than ever. Like we really don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't really be in these guys' phones like that. And I like, yo, let's go fishing. And he's like, all right, yeah, let's go fishing. I'm like, dang, that's what's up. You feel me? So we were gonna go fishing a couple weeks back, and then the weather here is terrible right now. It's like hurricane season, and we couldn't get a good day. And finally, I travel often. I'm about to start traveling again. I'm like, you know what? I need to hit the water. Couldn't wait for the weather. Well, not the weather, but the weather to get on a schedule where all of us could go out at the same time. And then I kind of wanted to do some investigating, Kadeem. Like, let's see if I could find out what's going on with the Tyreek Hill story. You know what I'm saying? So I might have to go to the marina and see what's going on. But to no avail, I didn't find any credible sources with the Tyreek Hill scoop. But I did come home with some fish. I'm sure we're gonna show the pictures. I caught a blackfin tuna. That's for dinner tonight, actually. Then had a kingfish in there. What else? Caught a lizard fish for the first time ever. We throw it back. I ain't want that. No reason to pull up the lizard fish. But yeah, that's the picture right there. Shout out to everybody on audio. We live right now on YouTube. So you see the picture of Charlie Touche in the Miami summer weather. That's a good day right there. And like it's just been pouring every other day down here. So that was a nice little catch right there. But shout out to Miles Gaskin, man, for rocking with us in Go Time Dolphins, bro.
I love how you just dropped that. Like, oh yeah, you've just been chatting to Miles Gaskin, Miami Dolphin running back Miles Gaskin. Like, as if not the first I've heard about it, but it's a very cool name drop. I could be like, hey, I am chatting to Hannah Montana, but it's not the Hannah Montana, it's a Hannah Montana, and that's about as famous as it gets for me. So, good evening, IMAX. Thanks for joining us. And yeah, as IMAX says, hit the like button. Who did you go fishing with? Did you go with anyone?
So not to tip so much, you know what I'm saying? We had some plans. And again, like it was I don't want to say odd, but it was new territory to be, rocking with a few text messages and people in the phone, which is really cool people. Like I really just need to say that. And ultimately, I'm like, yo, they on their time, I'm on my time. The weather is on its time, and I'm about to make a couple moves. So I really just went by myself and just me and the crew on the boat, and that was it. Uh, I mean, it was cool. I really needed the day on the water, but it would have been better. It's not as much fun when we got people with you though.
I get that. Totally get that. I've never been fishing. Maybe I will one day, just not any time soon. As you've mentioned already, and greetings, DB. Hope you are well. Hope do you guys do Taco Tuesdays or not? Just gonna
Hey,
not in general, but
I mean, I heard it was a trademark and we can't say it no more. I guess is that a thing? Can we say it now? Taco Tuesday. Remember LeBron got the commercial where you couldn't say Taco Tuesday? But yeah, it was a thing over here for a while. I mean, it was a thing before people were saying Taco Tuesday, yeah, for sure. Before it was mainstream, it was still Taco Tuesday, yeah.
Yeah. And speaking of or Tuesdays in general, the Miami Dolphins v Kansas City Chiefs Germany game, the tickets went on sale today, and there were over 1 million people in the queue, and tickets were sold out within 15 minutes. I couldn't get a ticket. I had multiple people in the queue trying to get them, got nowhere close. I don't think anyone in the England WhatsApp Dolphins group got any tickets, and if they did, I don't think they said anything because it's like, hey, can I get a spare ticket or anything like that? What do you make of the whole? I guess the ticket system in general and the way tickets went on sale, and I say that because it doesn't seem like there was a process in which Dolphins or Germany fans, so Dolphins or Kansas City Chief fans got like first refusal. Like, here's the tickets. If you get them, you get them.
Right,
if not,
right. Yeah, I didn't appreciate it. I didn't get tickets, right? I didn't get tickets, but going to the previous, Dolphin game in London against Jacksonville, and then the one before that against the Saints, the process was super easy. It was way easier, way simple. I could navigate seats. I you know what I'm saying? I could, okay, I'm gonna do this. I had time to call people. Hey, what you want to do here? You want to do this instead? Like this, bro? Nah, bro, this ain't it. So I hope moving forward, the process to acquire these tickets is different. But we know somebody who got tickets, and we're not gonna say who it is because I'm in dog phone like, hey, bro, what's going on here? Nah, I'm still gonna do whatever I got to do to try to get my own tickets. But shout out to the people who got tickets to the Germany game. That's gonna be fun. I would like to think that I'm still going with the homies, even if we don't have tickets. But I do believe we're gonna be able to get some on a later date.
It seems like one of those things where, listen, it's great that the NFL is expanding across Europe. Without it, we probably would never have met. Go Time Dolphin wouldn't be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also like, this isn't a exhibition game. This isn't a, hey, this is a league game between two teams who are well supported. And you would have thought there would be even if it's a limited number of seats available for even if it's just a home team, it's, and listen, had I got tickets, I would have said the exact same thing, because it seemed like there's way too many Dolphin fans and Chiefs fans who aren't going to be able to go to the game. And to those who are, NFL fans and I go in, great. I hope you, enjoy yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But surely you would want that stadium to be packed out with Chiefs and Dolphins fans and, aqua and red, as opposed to the green of the Packers and the black of the Saints and all that kind of stuff. And,
it's just going to be mixed for sure.
Yeah. And the thing is, when we went to the Dolphins Saints game and the Dolphins Jags game, it was mixed, but you could tell that there was a large section, two teams stood out more than the others, as opposed to, I personally believe this is going to be mixed. Like it's like it's just hey, first come first served, which it's a shame, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I agree 1,000,000% that it's gonna be very neutral in the stadium. It's gonna be as neutral as it is as it can be. And I kind of disagree. I think the Jaguars game was definitive. I think it was Dolphin fans, Jag fans, and then neutral. I think there were more Dolphin fans than anything, then Jag fans, then neutral. But the Saints game probably more neutral back in 2017. But no, I do think the London game I said last year, but the last when we went into 21, I guess it was like I felt like it was a lot of team spirit in there. This one, man, I'm sour right now. I do think it's going to be very neutral, but we'll get it right. Listen, bro, I seen this clip of Jalen Waddle working out. This is viral on the internet right now. Bro, this man's footwork is insane, bro. Like when y'all get a chance, check out Jalen Waddle working out. It is wild. He runs very weird. Like he kind of waddles. It's the wildest thing. And I remember the Ravens secondary were talking about someone running very funny. And the way they were mic'd up, it looked like they could have been talking about Tyreek Hill. But I'm pretty sure they were talking about Jalen Waddle. Now that you see him run, the man looks like he's skating. Like you know how to skate, Kadeem?
Yeah, you've argued it before. Yeah, I can skate. Not amazingly, but I can skate kind of.
Bounce, rock, roller skate. Bounce, rock, roller skate. So yeah, it looks like he's skating, like he's like his shoulders in it. It's very wild, and the man got some juice, bro. So Jalen Waddle getting it in. And something else that I thought about, Kadeem, was you know how we talked about the lack of suspension for Alvin Kamara?
Yes.
You about to bring something up?
Yeah, I thought I'd get the video of Jalen Waddle. Shout out to King of Finland on Twitter for reposting it. It's a bit. Oh no, don't sound. Don't want sound. Definitely don't want sound. But yeah, let's try that again. So yeah, if you're watching the YouTube version, we have the clip of Jalen Waddle one. And I see what you mean. It's like it's the arm movement. It's like he's but yeah, the footwork is it's one of those. Once he, not even before he gets going, but it's like line of scrimmage, you don't know he's gonna go, and that little you can't. If you're gonna press them and think, okay, they're gonna have a little hitch route, he's gone. Like you stop and play the hitch route, he's in behind you. So what you were saying,
bro? I don't know how he could run that fast and run so unorthodox. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like if it was tighter, like if his look at that. If it was tighter, like you would think he would be faster, but he's used to it, so that's how he runs. It's crazy to me. And just looking at this video, I'm like, man, this dude would be an ideal slot receiver, 130 receptions, break a record every single year type of receiver in the slot. But we don't want to relegate a number one receiver into the slot. Like I understand that. But so we're fortunate enough to have two number one receivers on the Miami Dolphins. And we're fortunate enough to have a mastermind in Mike McDaniel that can move them around and get them looks. But yeah, man, I brought up Alvin Kamara because I thought, the lack of suspension that we brought up, he didn't get suspended yet. He still hasn't been suspended yet either. And I don't even know that anyone is talking about it or if he's even going to get suspended or fined for the altercation he had in, I want to say it was Vegas, and it was him, a couple of his friends, and beat up a guy and for whatever reason. And he hasn't been suspended for it yet. So I'm curious because something else dawned on me, which was the Devontae Adams pushing the cameraman over. Remember that? So Devontae Adams pushed a cameraman over on the sideline at the end of the Chiefs game. I want to say they're playing the Chiefs in Vegas, and it's on video. So we have video of this as well. And correct me if I'm wrong, he wasn't punished, was he? Like it was thought that he would be suspended during the season, but I don't think it happened. And I don't know that if he was fined or not, but I don't think he missed any games for that. And that we have video of that. So I wonder what happens with this Tyreek Hill thing. And I just sit here today, not being a Dolphin fan, like with my bias aside, I believe Tyreek Hill be fine. I don't think he's going to miss any games. But were you able to find anything? Fact check, stat check.
So June 24th this year, so literally 3 days ago, Raiders Devontae Adams cleared of misdemeanor assault charges for shoving a photographer. That's just charges dropped. But again, that doesn't mean the NFL won't do anything.
Right.
It's just that he ain't going to get in trouble outside of the law. The NFL might still look and say, well, it's clear you did this. We don't want to set a precedent, so here's a suspension. But again, you would have thought that that would be announced given that football starts again in like 12 weeks.
I'm just saying. So the conduct policy is what we're talking about. Like, we understand that the NFL doesn't have to have, basically, you don't have to break a law for the NFL to suspend you or to cast down punishment per se. It's just a conduct policy. So I don't believe he was suspended during the season. I'm pretty sure he wasn't, because that was like a fantasy football thing. Like, oh, he might get suspended. He might miss a game. And you should trade him to me type stuff, right? So he didn't get suspended, I don't think. And I don't think he was fined either. So the fact that we're going into a whole nother season and we have the Devontae Adams footage available where he pushed somebody over, physically put his hands on this guy, and there was no punishment yet, that brings comfort's the wrong word, but it brings a little security is the word. Security when it comes to Tyreek Hill, in my opinion, because I don't think he would be suspended this year, if at all.
This is a league which fines people days later for celebrating, and yet Devontae Adams so far hasn't been punished for pushing someone during a game, and a cameraman at that. Now, I'm not going to use the word assault because
I was thinking assault, but go ahead.
but
I was thinking assault.
But you know, it's listen, if Tyreek Hill gets suspended this year, I think the Dolphins will have a legitimate case to say, well, hold on, you best go backlog your other assault charges, which nothing's happened, for you to punish our player without dealing with these other players first. There's some kind of, but it's, something has happened. Same way we lost a first round pick for tampering, and yet other teams didn't lose a first round pick, and they kind of got to pick their punishment. So I'm sure we'll find out what happens to Tyreek Hill at some point. Sorry, give me 2 secs.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Find a punishment or get a receiver punishment. I'm gonna tell you like this: when the NFL emails Chris Greer and the Miami Dolphins and say, we would like to inform you that one of your players, Tyreek Hill, will be suspended for the first game of the week, whatever. The only thing Chris Greer should reply with is 3 letters, like HTF, like that's it, and just hit reply, like, cause nah, bro, that ain't it for real.
Very quickly, before we go back to it, we are about to give away a Ricky Williams player card, as you can see. Ricky Williams player card. I also picked up a friend of the podcast, Mars Gaskin card, which I will not be giving away. That's staying with me. I have more cards. No idea what's in here or here. I believe one of them is a friend of the podcast, Javon Holland card, which I'm going to open later on in this episode. But when I gave away, basically my card collection I've now got loads. Don't ask why. I just want loads. One of my prized possession,
This guy.
is Kiko Alonso, simply because without Kiko Alonso, again, we probably don't meet. So anyway, yeah, Tyreek Hill, we'll find out what happens to him. I'm gonna say we'll find out what happens soon. You probably won't, because nothing seems to get done for a while, especially when it comes to these kind of troubles, I guess.
The less we hear about it, the better, though. Can you imagine NFL come out today and say, "Oh no, Tyreek Hill won't be suspended"? Like that fast, then there would be like outrage. So the longer it goes and the longer we don't hear nothing, the less we got to worry about it. Shout out to them trading cards. Y'all call them trading cards?
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
I seen this thing floating around, Kadeem. And I'm gonna float it out there to you, and see, and everybody on the live. Shout out to everybody on the live. You guys can answer this too. It's a question on NFL IG, the official IG of the NFL, and it says, "What bag are you securing?" You're in an NFL game. You got one chance to complete a play. Which do you choose? Gain 1 yard rushing against the 49ers defensive line, you win $10,000. Throw a complete go route to Tyreek Hill, you win $20,000. Catch a pass against Sauce Gardner, you win $50,000. Block Micah Parsons, you win $100,000. Or break a tackle against Aaron Donald, you win $1 million. Which one are you doing, Kadeem? You need the options again. And shout out to everybody in the comments. Let us know in the comments which one you doing.
I'm completing a pass against Sauce Gardner. I think it's the most realistic. Charlie's got his hand. Charlie's got his head in his hands. Like, that's the difficult one. Like, it's was it get a catch against Sauce Gardner, right?
Yes, Kadeem. But Kadeem, bro, we still got our bet. We got what is it? PS5's going up. Soon, bro, just know I'm coming to London with or without a ticket to the game to go to Germany. So the plan is to go to London, chop it up with my dog Kadeem, and then fly over to Germany and then do the whole Euro trip thing. But just don't get it twisted, bro. We still got to compete for this PS5 thing, and we're going to give away a PS5. Either you guys are going to win Kadeem's PS5, or you guys are going to win my PS5. And we've been talking about this for a while now. I know COVID came and was a thing, but listen, I promise you this. You not catching no passes on me, Kadeem, let alone Sauce Gardner.
Right. So here's how I'm going to correct you, yeah? I can run a hitch. We know what I could say to the quarterback, let's run that boneheaded play that the Dolphins ran against the Raiders in the end zone. Like I could run that. We could run a screen pass. I've caught a pass on Sauce Gardner. It says nothing about the route I need to run. It's got to be a slant. It's got to be a 10-yard in or 10-yard out. It just says catch a pass. Let's be honest. You are not gaining 1 yard on the 49ers defensive line. That's not happening. You're not blocking Micah Parsons. That's for sure not happening. So very quickly, IMAX. I outran 2 Dobermans with 1 sneaker off when I was 12. I'm making an Aaron Donald tackle. IMAX. It's not happening. I don't know.
Shout out to IMAX in the comments, bro. Dog said I outran 2 Dobermans with one sneaker off when I was 12 and somehow equated that to breaking a tackle against Aaron Donald. Listen, just break us off with a little something of that million, bro. If you could break that tackle and win that million, just shoot us a little something, bro. Just a little something, bro. That's all I'm saying.
What are you going for, and what do you think you can achieve in that?
There's a couple things in here, and breaking a tackle against Aaron Donald isn't one of them. Like, there's a couple things in here, and that's not it. So, matter of fact, we might as well just go backwards. I'm not breaking a tackle against Aaron Donald because I don't even want to know what that feels like if I don't break that tackle. So that's just, we could scratch that. Block Micah Parsons. We could scratch that too. I'm not about that life. I'll probably look like Ezekiel Elliott at center on that last play of the game. That one, yeah. I'm gonna be real with you. That was a good play. I see what they were trying to do. It's a great play design because what they wanted to do was have Zeke snap the ball and then Prescott make that first toss and then Zeke come around for like a hook and ladder. And that would have been cool because now you had an athlete at center to do it, but it got blown up. All you did was take the center out. But I don't want to look like Zeke playing center against Michael Parsons. But check me off for every single one of these other ones, boy. I'm routing up Sauce Gardner, bro. Like, I sat right here on this podcast and told Javon Holland, bro, I could get a pass on you, bro. I could route you up real quick. I could leave you at the line. I said that. You know what I'm saying? And Sauce Gardner, he long and lanky, but he's not gonna get jiggy in the slot. That's where I'll be. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna know. I'm gonna get the option route. You know what I'm saying? Option route. I got Sauce. Easy money. And then this throw a go route to Tyreek Hill. That's it. That's 20 bands. That's we working on 70 bands already. That's 20 bands, 50 bands, and then gain 1 rushing yard against San Fran's D-line, 10 bands. Bro, y'all can count us up for the 80 bands, man. I'm getting that 1 rushing yard too.
See, I can't throw an NFL football. So I like, listen, if there's no one, if it's just me and Tyreek Hill, I can throw the ball in the air, they can catch it. Like, I'm assuming there's other people around. That's why I didn't pick that. And again, Mister, I'm gonna slide and break my finger playing baseball. He thinks he's going to gain 1 yard on the 49ers. No.
Kadeem, I broke my finger because it got stuck under the base. I was safe. We won the championship that year because of my stolen base.
You're gonna run into a brick wall that is the 49ers defensive line. You're not gaining the yard. And even if you try and, like, I guess, push for the yard, no, not at all. Not at all. Which reminds me, I have a jiu-jitsu story later on. So we'll get to that later on. Stick around for that. But yeah, Charlie, you're not gaining the yard on the 49ers defensive line. Not happening.
I hear you.
Speaking about running backs, Dalvin Cook. So we learn on Tuesday per Barry Jackson. Per source with direct knowledge, Dolphins have indeed made an offer for Cook. And no, I don't know what it is. There's mutual interest. Cook has called Miami a perfect fit. Cook is in no rush to sign. He has time to wait for a dollar amount he's comfortable with. What do you make of this news that an offer is at least on the table between the Dolphins and Dalvin Cook?
So this is like a love interest, Kadeem. It's a match made in heaven. But you know the times, Kadeem. Well, there's not gonna be no more times for you. You know what I'm saying? Because you about to be locked down. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my dog getting locked down. That's what's up. My dog getting married. But shout out to all the fellas out there listening to the episode. And this pertains to y'all. Shout out to the ladies who's listening to the episode. I'm pretty sure you have a rendition of something like this, similar to this, but this is more so for the fellas. Fellas, you ever been somewhere and have an opportunity to talk to a chick, just a rando, a stranger, and like, you know what? I'm going to say something to her. And opportunity presents itself. And then you don't say something to her. And then for the next 2-3 hours, maybe day or two, you like, dang, I should have said something to that chick, right? That's what this is. Like, you know what? Shooter's gonna shoot. So of course she's available, and I gotta see what's up. So this is what the Dolphins did. Shooter's gonna shoot. He's available. Let me see what's up. It's a match made in heaven. Dalvin heard the offer. The Dolphins put it on the table. Dalvin saying, you know what? I kind of wanted some more than that. Ain't nobody in the building right now. No one's doing practice right now. You know what I'm saying? It was after OTAs, before training camp. He don't even have to be there. So there's no reason for him to take a deal right now if he doesn't want it. So he can kind of leverage. Shout out to the mute button, Kadeem. So he could kind of leverage.
Right.
He could kind of leverage and say, you know what? I'm not coming in. No, I'm good. I need more than that. And then training camp gets closer. We can see who budges first.
Yeah, it's going to be very telling because we we know the Jets are also interested. The Jets might make an offer. The Jets are going to find out for 2 years running that when you go for a big time player and you're up against the Dolphins, there's only one choice. Tyreek Hill made that choice. Dalvin Cook's about to make that choice as well. So yeah, I think Dougley Do Wrong, shout out to Doug on Twitter, said that if it comes down to the Jets, paper planes, and the New England Cheetahs, if the money is around the same, you would expect Dalvin Cook to pick the Dolphins. If those other two teams are offering him, a significant amount, and that could be 5, 6, 7 million more, he's probably going to go there. And again, you can't really begrudge him from doing that. Yes, he said he wants to join a team, that might win a ring, perfect fit, all that kind of stuff. All that goes out the window when someone's throwing you seven bags. Like, you know what? Yep, there you go. It's like, cool, fair enough. I'll take that. So, I think this isn't going to be the last we hear about this offer. Dalvin Cook is doing quite a few media appearances. Come on, Go Time Dolphins. Tell us why you love Miami. We're open to it. Just saying. So, I think it'd be interesting if we hear the terms of the Dalvin Cook offer. But yeah, I wouldn't expect him to make a decision into around like the first or second preseason game because again, why does he need to join anyone straight away? Why not wait to see how guys look in camp, how guys look in preseason games, and go, actually, do you know what? I can definitely go to Miami because actually one of their running backs lost a bit of juice. I think I can, help him out there and stuff.
No state income tax. He's coming to Miami. If he doesn't come to Miami, he's not playing in the AFC East. He's not going anywhere in the AFC East. Definitely not Massachusetts, where the taxes is through the roof over there. It's not going to be there. Ladies, this is for the ladies now. Y'all could be a little more inviting when you're interested in somebody. I understand that you want the guy to pursue you. I also understand, chivalry and all that good stuff. You want the guy to approach you and stuff. But at the same time, can I get like a smile, like an inviting smile? Like, oh, you know what? I'm going in. You know what I'm saying? Like, give us something. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to IMAX. I know IMAX felt me on that one. But yeah, man. You want to get in the bonus time, Kadeem?
Yeah, I'm more than happy to get in bonus time. As we mentioned, share the video to your friend, tell a 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 friend. Share it with your co-workers, your family members, your dog, your cat, your lizard. Like the video, comment down below what you make of. Tell us if you got a ticket. Tell us if you got a spare ticket and that ticket is open to someone from Go Time Dolphins, preferably be me. And yeah, if you haven't already, subscribe to Go Time Dolphins for there's no off season. There really isn't. We might not have 3 episodes a week like before, but getting back to that. But more lives coming up, and there's we're always here, put it that way. So yeah.
Kadeem, y'all got lizards in London?
Not the way you guys have lizards.
I've never seen a London lizard.
Nah, they're normally in zoos, or you can obviously get them as a pet, but you're not going to see a wild lizard just. So shout out to IMAX, sure do.
Bro, I look outside and there's all kind of iguanas and lizards. Like I can't go one day without seeing any iguana or a lizard down here. Not one day. There's no way. There's no chance. My dog said they're in zoos and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Zoos or pets. Our live animals are pigeons and foxes.
Friend of the podcast, Miles Gasson, came on the podcast and said exactly that. Y'all got lizards down here. That's what he said. Hey, y'all come on over to bonus time, man. Y'all know what time it is. Stay positive. Test negative. For Kadeem Simmons, I'm Charlie Touche. Thank you for tuning in this time. Make sure you catch us next time on Go Time. Alrighty.
Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's show time. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Don't waste no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. I ain't wasting no time.
You got a pack opening coming up?
I do. I have 2 pack openings coming up.
Oh, you gonna do them both on the episode?
I can do one. I'll do one. I'm gonna choose this one. But before I delve into that, so I went to my son's school summer party thing, and they were doing a like jiu-jitsu demonstration. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, cool. I want to say it's about, you kind of got, I would say no one older than 15. These kids doing jiu-jitsu, like, okay, cool, fair enough. And the first thing I noticed, they know how to land and land safely. And I say that because there's this one guy on Twitter who I'm not going to give any notice, or sorry, any shout outs, who's trying to make the argument that because the doctor hasn't come out and said that to learning jiu-jitsu or anyone learning jiu-jitsu decreases the likelihood of getting a concussion, then why is he doing it? It's a waste of time. And people are kind of saying, well, it's actually just common sense. If you learn how to fall safely and don't bang your head, then you can't get a concussion. If you don't learn how to fall safely and you fall and bang your head, you're going to get a concussion. But I was watching, and literally the first thing I was like, these guys are landing like with their arm out. Like you can tell there's a very deliberate bang, arm out. And I was like, this makes perfect sense. So listen, I don't know a lick of jiu-jitsu, but if I can watch 1 minute, one throw to the floor and watching people land safely, I implore anyone who doesn't think jiu-jitsu can lessen your chances of getting a concussion, watch 1 minute and then try and say that again. And if you still think that, then there's no hope for you. There really isn't.
I was going to say participate for 1 minute and tell me that it doesn't help. Of course it helps, Kadeem. The same way you said the first thing you noticed in 1 minute was how they break fall. That was the first thing I noticed when I was standing, and when I was in my first class, white belt, just got my gi fresh out the plastic. Like that was the first thing I noticed was how to break fall. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So then there's different ways you can break fall as well, depending on how you're getting thrown. And it's crazy that you said I'm talking to Kadeem about jiu-jitsu throws. I'm like, look at my dog. We talking jiu-jitsu on a Go Time MMA. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. By the way, jiu-jitsu has a lot of stuff in it. It has judo, it has wrestling, it has strikes. But yeah, shout out to jiu-jitsu. But yeah, man, like you have to learn how to fall. Like, I don't even want to get into this, but yeah, man, you learn how to protect yourself when you're falling in jiu-jitsu. And that alone will correct some of the ways he was falling without jiu-jitsu. And I've never seen someone land on their head so many times. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why does my quarterback have to do that? I didn't understand that. So, of course, whoever recommended jiu-jitsu was a genius. I'm like, oh, that's perfect. That is someone did that the same way. And I hate to give this person credit. McCorkle Jones had a scuba suit playing in the snow, playing in the cold weather. I'm like, dang, that's a good idea. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, man. Shout out to these people coming up with super dope ideas.
But and very, very quickly, it's funny because so I watched that on the Saturday. The Sunday, I had my son and he had his cousins around with him. Cool. You know, like I'm throwing kids around, you know, like little play fighting.
Mhm.
And I threw my nephew to the floor and he banged his head. And I was just like, again, it's not deliberate,
Mhm.
but if you don't protect yourself when falling, and again, why would he know how to?
Mhm.
You're more likely to bang your head. So literally in my mind, I was like, I wish I recorded this and I could be like, hey, here's someone who doesn't know how to protect themselves when falling. Even though I put them on the ground safely, it's still that whiplash, you know, that whiplash motion. No one is saying that by Tua learning jiu-jitsu, he's never going to suffer a
It does
concussion
not
again.
prevent concussions.
Not at all. There's no way to even do that. But
Right.
I'm sure, as you'll agree, it just increases your chances of landing safely, which decreases your chances of catching a concussion.
That's
Why
it. There you go.
so hard to
That's
understand?
it. There it is. Right there.
But yeah, listen, we can. Maybe I might get a guest pass to Go Time MMA. I'm just saying because
Hey, listen. I recommend everyone, regardless of your age, regardless of your gender, I recommend everyone do like 2 days of jujitsu. Go to like 2 classes of jujitsu, and your knowledge of self-defense would be enhanced majorly in 2 days of jujitsu. Like, I recommend that for everybody. Everyone needs self-defense, regardless of who you are. Again, like Kadeem said, it's not about being offensive and beating people up, but if I could defend myself and separate you from your consciousness or your limbs at the same time, then it's cool. But yeah, jujitsu is self-defense. But yeah, man.
yeah. Shout out to Moya TV. What's good, everyone? We're all good. Just wrapping up, about to do another pack opening. But yeah,
What up?
shout out to Moya TV. Always in the comments, always engaging with the Go Time Dolphin YouTube people. So we appreciate that. But
For sure.
as this is wrapped well. So as I try and talk my way through a pack opening, I believe this is going to be a friend of the podcast, Javon Holland card. I believe. So let's find.
You don't have scissors or a knife?
Why would I have a scissors or a knife on hand with me?
Because you do pack openings. So that should be an accessory now.
Knife. Open with that. And then it's in. It's like playing pass the parcel. You ever play pass the parcel?
No, I haven't. I don't even know what you just said.
Right. So very quickly, pass the parcel is like a children's game. You go to a kid's party and you sit in a circle and they get like a package, a parcel basically.
Oh.
And it's wrapped multiple times. So like you have the toy and then you wrap it once and then wrap it again and wrap it like, 15, 20 times, however many times you want to. And then you play music and, the kids pass it along. And then when the music stops, that person gets to unwrap a layer. And then you keep on going around until you get down to the final layer and you get the prize.
Damn, I don't like it.
Parcel.
It's rigged because that means the music will stop on the person who they want to win. I don't like it.
It could. Some people kind of have like prizes in between the different layers. Kind of like everyone wins.
For sure. I like that because now it feels like it's rigged. Like I know what layer is the last layer and I know who I want this thing to land on.
So yeah, it's in the bubble wrap. And I was correct. This is a perfect, a PSA graded 10 out of 10 friend of the podcast, Javon Holland player card. Absolute perfect condition. Excuse the lighting on this.
Bro, is that Javon Holland in number 22?
Javon Holland in number 22.
Holy crap. Did he played a game in 22 preseason or something?
It must have been a preseason game. Do you know what? If you speak to a friend of the podcast, Javon Holland, ask him if he ever played a game wearing the 22 jersey. Because I have, and again, so at the top you can see where it says Gem MT10. This means this card is in perfect, pristine condition, like no flaws whatsoever. And when I saw this, had to pick it up.
And y'all taking me back to my trading card days. I got a little soft spot for trading cards, man, and a sore spot too. But Javon Holland, number 22, wow.
Yeah. IMAX, musical chairs with a prize. Pretty much, yeah. Musical chairs with a prize. So yeah. Haven't played a game in years, but it's a fun game. Maybe I'll say maybe do it in a Go Time Dolphins meet, a Go Time Dolphins pass to parcel, and the prize can be like a game jersey or something like that. So yeah. Thank you very much, IMAX. Yeah, they're like some of the cards I've picked up, I probably will give away. Like I'm thinking of giving away this QB1 Tua Tagovailoa card. But yeah, this Javon Holland, nah, that's staying with me.
Dang, so you're keeping all the friends of the podcast you're gonna keep?
100%. I'm gonna try and find a friend of the podcast, Austin Jackson. Try and find a friend of the podcast, Robert Hunt. Listen, the one
There's
thing
one more. There's one more.
I would say the one thing
one more active Dolphin player.
Friend of the podcast, Brandon Jones.
Hey,
the card I want is a friend of the podcast, William Hayes, Miami Dolphins card. If I can find that card, I'm just saying. So,
that's what's up.
Yeah, but that's it for me. I am absolutely chuffed with my 2021 Panini play. Now you got me thinking. He can't have played in 22.
Bro, I don't think like, bro. Can you bring it closer to the screen so I could see this thing? Do you see what team that's against? It looked like Tampa. What team is that?
That's the Chicago Bears.
It's the Bears.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see.
Move it over. Nah, it's a lot of glare, but
yeah,
I feel like
that's even worse. Yeah,
I feel like I thought he changed his number before the preseason, bro. Like, because I remember you had the jersey, the 22 jersey, and he changed it to 8. I didn't think he played a game at all in it. So I wonder. I mean, maybe that's the only game he played in it.
I'm gonna have the final preseason games, 2013 loss to the Chicago Bears. Now, whether he played in 22, I don't know that. Yes, but the Dolphins definitely. Hold on, that. Nah, see now I'm confused.
We going down a rabbit hole, y'all boys.
I'm saying I'm confused because Justin Fields is playing. But that's still Holland's rookie year, though, isn't it? 2021. We drafted Tua 2020, COVID year.
Yep.
So Holland would have been 2021.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, the game definitely happened, and judging from the Dolphins, judging from the box score, Javon Holland played, as did friend of the podcast, True Williams. So friend of a podcast, True Williams. So Holland played, doesn't have his jersey number. But yeah. Interesting seeing he played that game. You've got Lynn Bowden Jr., Isaiah Ford, Malcolm Perry, friend of the podcast, Mars Gaskin, Noah played, Jonathan Ledbetter. I'm going to do some off-screen research to see if Holland played in 22 in that game, and if he did,
it looks like it seems like he did. We played the Bears in the preseason. I mean, I can't see the card like clear enough to be like, oh yeah, that is definitely Javon Holland. Maybe it's a someone else, but then it says Javon Holland on the card. You know what I'm saying? I can't see it like that. But I remember those cards are worth money too. When it's a mess up, like those cards are worth money too. Before we go, you got something else, Kadeem?
Outside of, you can ask Javon personally if he, but outside of that, now
I will. Matter of fact, send me a picture. I'm gonna send it to him, and I'm gonna ask him. We're gonna get some validation. Listen, we're gonna get some clarity. We're gonna end on this. Unfortunately, we got some bad news. Tragic news for as far as the AFC East goes. Former New England Patriot Ryan Mallett drowned today, and it just broke. And I remember Ryan Mallett. That's real unfortunate, man. Actually, he went to Arkansas, I think. I thought, yeah, man, that's crazy. But dude was only 35. That's wild. That's all I got for you, Kadeem.
Yeah, that's rest in peace, man. That's awful. Like,
yeah. Just broke. IMAX. I see you said what in the comments. Yeah, just broke. This is minutes ago. That's where we at. But hey, tell somebody you love them today. We out of here.
100%.